Hi guys, Steph here, Get With The Program. Hope you're all well. Today we are going to do a kettlebell workout, so I'm going to get my kettlebell ready. We're going to do a really simple beginner's kettlebell workout. I'm just going to start mobilising while I talk. It's going to just be 3 sets, 7 exercises, 30 seconds of work. We're going to have quite a long rest, 30 seconds in between, because then I'm going to explain the technique and the form and what you need to do to set up for your next movement. We're just doing some hip circles now, just to mobilise through the hips. So if you've got a kettlebell, go and grab it, and we'll get ready to go. Okay, so just working on mobility of the hips, driving the butt back, pushing the hips forward, getting into all the circle. Okay, and then we're going to stand on one leg and just mobilise through the ankles, just rolling the ankle round to get mobility through there, and then go the other way. And now swap legs, standing on the other leg. Trying to push the floor away with the other leg, engage your butt, glute, and roll through the ankle, and then roll it the other way. Okie dokie. And then shake that off, shake out the arms, and just lean forward and squeeze off the shoulder blades. So working to open up through the shoulders, trying to keep the back nice and flat, so you're not rounding through the shoulders. And then you come and you can open the chest and just step tap, just to try and work on mobility through the upper body, and just to get the legs moving a bit, get the heart rate up a little bit. Don't really need to worry too much about that. It's just more about movement before we start and getting the joints ready for that movement that you're going to do. Okay. Now we're just going to work on mobilising through the back. So you're just going to flatten the back, slight bend in the knees, and then you're just going to work on the spine, doing cat-cows through the spine, rounding the shoulders, then releasing into an arch, exhaling as you push, inhaling as you arch it through. Hello Teddy. Teddy's come to join in, which he normally does. 2 more. 1 more. Now staying in that position, just do a little hip circle with the butt. So just rolling the butt. You should feel it. Teddy, come away. Sorry, you've got a cockapoo in your screen. Go to bed. And then you should feel this in your lumbar spine. You don't want to go too crazy, but it will just be quite nice just to open up all those sort of niggly little tight bits. Now we're just reaching, opening up through the obliques and the spine. Exhale as you reach. Inhale as you come down. Do 2 more. 1 more. Okay, now just work through your hips. So just opening and just sitting down into that hip opener, driving the knees over to track the toes. Trying to keep the spine as long as you can, so you don't want to collapse through the chest in this. Try and keep nice and long. If you can't get low, you can come a bit higher, that's fine. And shake it off. Now we're just going to work through hamstrings. So just turning to the side just to show you, I want you to keep the spine long as you drive down the legs. You don't have to go as far as me, you can go to wherever you can. Just start feeling it in the back of the legs. You don't want the knees to bend, so try and push the knees back so that you're getting the activation through the hamstrings. Okay. Do 2 more. 1 more. Shake the legs up. Now we just open up hips to the side, the other side. That's just opening. Try and keep the torso facing forward, the belly button facing forward, and just stepping into it and closing. Okay, just bring the arms up and pull them down as you bring the knees up. Just working on opening up your shoulders. Now just roll it out 3 times and then take it back. Don't rush these. Find the sticking point and just slowly go through it and shake it out. Okay guys, so we're going to start now. Just open my door for some air. I'm going to do 30 seconds on the clock, starting with kettlebell swings. If you're not sure how to do a kettlebell swing, just deadlift the weight. I'll show you both options. Show you from the side. Make sure you're doing a hip hinge, not a squat. So you start by driving the butt back into the hip hinge, pat the shoulders. Get ready. And get exercise. Exhale at the top. Finish how you start. Remember to put the kettlebell down safely, and just to show you, if you wanted to deadlift instead, you could start by just standing with the bell between the legs, still working on a hip hinge, driving the butt back. Okay, so now we're doing squats. If you haven't got a weight, you can do body weight. Working on the knees, tracking the toes. Exercise. Let's go. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep the back as straight as you can. Keep the movement as fluid as you can. Keep the shoulders back and down. Keep the knees tucking the toes. Rest. Careful as you put your bell down. Make sure you deadlift it down. Never just lean into it. It's the quickest way people injure is at the beginning of the end of the exercise, not in the middle. So make sure you're always with care as to how you pick up and put down your weight. So now we're going to do clean and press. So if you've got a heavy bottle of water, you can do that, or you can get a big bag or over your head. So we're going to bring it up to clean, and then press, back in under the chin, and down. Inhale, exhale, exhale, back in, nice and safely in under the chin. Make sure you're stacking straight on top of the shoulder. Rest. And rest it out, shake it out. Okay, now we're going to do side lunges. So if you don't want to use weight for these, because you need to make sure you've got your form right before you add weight. So when we side lunge, we're stepping into a bent leg. The leg that stays on the floor does not bend. So I'm going to travel to the right, my right. Okay, so I'm going to step into the bent leg, and then stand. Step into a bent leg and stand. Inhale to step, exhale to stand. Knee tracks the toes still. So the leg that stays stable, don't let that one bend.
Rest.
Rest. Well done. Okay, shake it out. So we're now on exercise number 5. We're going to do press-ups. We're going to do 2 variations. Make sure if you're on your knees, you're keeping your torso long. So you need to really push the floor away with the hands. Spread the fingers. Don't let the elbows come out to the side. The elbows need to come out 45 degrees.
Exercise.
Okay? If you can't do that, drop the knees. You can do a mixture. You can go down and then push up on your knees. So just do what's to your level.
Rest.
And rest. Shake it off. Okay, we're going to work the back now. So bent over row, working through our lats. So your front leg, if you're using your right hand, you're going to have your left foot forward, and you're going to take your right leg back and slightly to the side. Keep the back flat, so don't roll up through the shoulders. Really lock out, nice and long spine. Squeeze the shoulder blade.
Exercise.
And control it. Halfway we'll swap. Tucking the elbow in. Exhale, inhale. And swap. Straight into the other side.
Rest.
And rest. Last exercise of the first round is plank tap kettlebell. So you're just going to put your kettlebell in front of you on the floor. The further away it is, the harder this is. You want to go into a nice plank, and there on your feet, and then you're just going to tap the kettlebell with the hands. So one hand at a time. So you start on your plank, and then you're going to reach for the kettlebell in front of you. Okay?
Exercise.
And you're trying not to wobble. So you're trying to keep your torso and your body as still as you can. Make sure that hand comes directly beneath the shoulder. Whichever hand stays on the floor, push it away as hard as you can. Keep that lumbar spine strong. Don't collapse through your lower back. Keep the gaze at the kettlebell. And rest.
Rest.
Okay, that's 7 rounds. So just have a little rest, have some water, stay hydrated, and we're going with round 2 in about 30 seconds. So get ready to go.
Recovery.
Ready? So we're going in 10 seconds. Kettlebell swings or deadlifts. If you're deadlifting it, it goes between your feet. If you're swinging it, in front. Ready? Go.
Exercise.
Lock the legs out at the top. Clench the butt. Exhale. Top of the swing.
Rest.
Finish how you started in your hike to keep your back safe. Okay, shake it out. Drink if you want to. Swings are tough. Get the heart rate up. So next is squats. I'll do them side on this time, so you can see form. Ready? Let's go.
Exercise.
So don't rush. Focus on control. Shoulders down and back. Keep the breath.
Rest.
Okay, shake it out. We're doing clean and press next. So you can just roll the arms, shake them out. When you recover between rounds, never just sit down or just do nothing. Keep the body active. Keep everything fired up. Okay, I'll start on my left hand this time. Clean and press. Ready? Let's go.
Exercise.
Make sure it comes in underneath, not to the side.
Rest.
Good, rest it off. Okay, side lunges next. So, we're working with or without a kettlebell, just keeping my hips mobile. If I go slightly off screen, you're stepping into the bend. The leg that stays still stays straight. Work the knee to trap the toes. Okay? Let's go.
Exercise.
Step, together. Step, together. Well done. Okay, press ups now, so taking it out of the legs and down to the chest, triceps. Remember, you can do them on your knees, you can split them half and half, but the most important thing is keep the back strong, don't sag through your lower back, push the floor away with the hands to create some retraction.
Exercise.
Keep the gaze ahead. So don't duck with the head.
Rest.
Rest. Bent over row next. Just roll my arms out, they feel quite tired after that. Woo! Shake it out. Remember to have a drink, keep hydrated if you need water. Bent over rows, we'll start the left hand side this time. Okay, I'm going to swap halfway. So my right leg's forward, left leg back. Let's go.
Exercise.
Swap sides.
Rest.
Rest. Round 7 again already. How quickly did that come about? Plank tap kettlebell. So, plank on your hands, hands directly beneath the shoulders. Because you're lifting hands one at a time, you might want to take your feet a little bit wider. The wider your feet are, the more stable your base is going to be. And we're just going to reach and tap the kettlebell in front of us. If you can't do that, just hold the plank.
Exercise.
Further away the bell is, the harder it is. So if you want to make it easier, bring the kettlebell much closer to your hands. It's easier to tap. Make sure you're gazing ahead and slightly looking down to keep the straight line in the spine. And rest. Good. Round 2 done. Got 1 more round to go. So shake it out, mobilise, have a drink. Just going to check the time. I left my watch over here. Okay, yeah. 1 more round. Okay, so we're starting with swings. We're going 15 seconds.
Recovery.
So just stay mobile, shake out your legs. They might be a bit tired now. Shoulders. And swings. Let's go. Rest it off. Woo! Gotta love a kettlebell swing for getting the heart rate up. So, next round, squats. So remember, weighted or without, knees tracking the toes, spine staying long. Kettlebell tucked in under your chin, locking the shoulders down and back.
Exercise.
Let's go. Hold it at the base for a second. Don't rush these squats. Are the knees tracking the toes? Is the back straight? The shoulders down and back. And rest. Good. Clean and press next. Last round, guys. Start on the right hand side this time. Remember, when you clean this bell up, it must come straight in underneath the chin. Tuck the arm in. Keep that shoulder protected. So don't fly it out to bash your wrist and bring it out here. It's a short, sharp movement straight up the body. With an exhale, ready? If you need to do a little dip to press, that's fine. You can do that if you need to. Punch the arm straight above the shoulder. And rest. Good. Side lunges. Woo! Arms are feeling it now. After 3 rounds. Let's keep the body moving. Get the hips mobile. We're going into side lunges. So let's get the weight up. Remember, you're stepping into a bent leg. I'm going to travel to the left this round. Let's go.
Exercise.
Leg that doesn't move, stays straight. Other leg you bend as you step into it. The knee tracks the toes. Try not to collapse through the chest. Try and keep up straight. Use your breath. Inhale to step, exhale to stand. we're doing now, press ups. Press ups. Remember, you can do them on your knees or on your hands, or you can split it, go up on your hands or knees and then down on your feet. It's up to you guys, okay? So whatever's working for you. Set up in a really strong plank. Let's go.
Exercise.
Nearly there.
Rest.
Woo, they were tough this round. Getting tougher and tougher. Okay, bent over rows. So remember, if we start on the right hand side this time, your left leg's forward, your right leg is back and slightly out to the side. You have your kettlebell directly below your shoulder. You use your other knee as your bench. You recruit the lats, squeeze the shoulder blade in. Exhale.
Exercise.
Inhale. Keep that elbow tucked in. Squeeze the back. Swap sides. Straight into it. If you've got a lighter weight, you can row faster, like this, and do whatever works for you. Rest. Good, last exercise, plank tap kettlebell. So have the kettlebell wherever works for you. Remember, the further away it is from you, the harder it is. So you'll have to reach for it. You're going to do a plank on your hands. Make sure the hands are directly beneath your shoulders, fingers spread. Trapped up through your shoulder blades and push the floor away with the hands. Feet slightly apart to give you more stable base. And let's go.
Exercise.
Try not to wiggle wobble. Try and engage the glutes, the quads, the core. Create total body tension so that you're not wobbling around. If it's getting too much, just stay in your plank. Still create tension, so don't go jelly. Stay as strong as you can, nearly there. And rest. Well done, guys. It's your 3 rounds. Done.
Pause.
So have a drink. And a well-deserved rest. We're going to stretch. First stretch we'll do is triceps. So just working through, taking the arm up behind. Don't force the joint. Just work into that stretch with breath. And then take that arm, the same arm, across the shoulder, across the body. Stretch the shoulder, palm facing back behind you. Hold the arm with the other hand and stretch through. We're doing a quick stretch now, but really you need to stretch for much longer. So when we finished, if you can stretch for longer, that's ideal. Holding stretches for over a minute to 2 minutes is best to really get the benefit. Don't forget to breathe when you're stretching. And now your shoulder again, take that arm across, straight, palm facing back behind you. Hold that stretch. And then release that. And then we'll just stretch through your chest. So when you do this stretch, try not to arch the back. Pull the core in underneath you and try and work on just lifting those hands and pulling the shoulder blades back without raising the rib cage too much or arching through the back. Just work on that stretch behind you, breathe through it. release, shake it out, come up to stand, stretch through your back, slight bend in the knees, link the fingers, reach the arms forward, drop the head between the arms and really stretch out the spine. If you've got a wall in front of you, you can put your palms on the wall and you can stretch into this like that. I prefer it against a wall really. You get more resistance to work into your stretch. But just use your own body as resistance and really reach into this, lengthen the spine. Your stretches should be really hard work. If you're not sweating during your stretches, you're probably not stretching with real intent, but you're probably sweating from that workout anyway. So now stretch through your quads, just pulling the foot up behind. If you need to hold on to something, fine. Hips facing forward, push the hips forward, shoulders down and back. Keep looking up, keep the spine straight. Work on getting more increased range through this quad stretch, through your thigh. Other side. Again, try not to arch the back. I can hear a doggy coming. He always comes to do the stretch. Don't you, Ted? Now shake out your legs and we're going to stretch the hamstrings. You're going to stretch the hamstrings by, first of all, slightly bending the knees, and then you're going to take your hands behind and just clasp them. And as you've taken the hands behind, you're going to drop the chest onto your knees, onto your thighs, sorry. And you're going to try and keep the arms behind and just try and lengthen through that stretch. So if you can, sort of hug your legs with your arms. You've got a cockapoo right in front of you now, but if you can try and hug your thighs with the arms. And then what you want to do is load the weight into the toes. So what I mean by that is push the weight forward out of the heels and just reach into that stretch. Try and get the knees back straight if you can. If you're rounding through the back doing this, then just bend the legs a little bit more. Just work into it. Okay. Release. Shake it off. Just roll the arms. 1, 2, 3. And the other way. 1, 2, 3. And then just intertwine the fingers, push them forward, take the feet apart, lift up. In an exhale, reach. Inhale to the top, exhale, reach. And shake it out, guys. Thank you so much. Well done on your workout.